We have that Madison Square Garden madness that went down. Absolutely insane. This was an effort on the part of MAGA folk to get together and celebrate and also to message on some level. So the celebration part, I think, went pretty well. The messaging, you'll tell me. Tony, go ahead and roll that Today Show package, if you would. And this just gives you an overview of Trump and Trumpiness this weekend.
Donald Trump kicking off the campaign's final week with a massive rally overnight at New York's Madison Square Garden. The former president introduced by his wife Melania, lashing out at his political rival Kamala Harris with personal attacks.
Everyone knows she is a very low IQ individual.
Mr. Trump repeating his recent attacks on Democrats.
They are indeed the enemy from within.
But the rally took a dark and divisive tone long before Trump himself took the stage. Comedian Tony Hinchcliffe,
by the way,
opening
stop right
speaker,
there, Tony.
cracking a racist joke about
where in American history, in your lifetime, can you remember a major American political candidate saying she's a low IQ individual, they're the enemy from within? These are default refrains on the part of the Trump people now. It's crazy. Those kinds of personal, it's not even a personal attack. It transcends that, right? It's these kind of rhetorical fireballs that are basically insult slurring. It's absolute madness. And somehow this is what passes and is accepted as a political rally. Now, there's even sort of a call and response on a lot of the stuff that he does. All right, sorry, back to the action. So this all started, they were saying, even before he took the stage. The night was already getting pretty hot with weird, insulting, coarse, and politically sensitive rhetoric. Go ahead.
About Latinos. So vulgar, it's mostly unairable.
These Latinos, they love making babies, too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no... They don't do that. They... Just like they did to our country.
Then pivoting to Puerto Rico.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
That joke not just offensive, but potentially politically unwise, too, with large populations of Puerto Rican voters spread out across the swing states, including more than 400,000 in Pennsylvania alone. The Trump campaign responding to the comedian's set, which included other racist attacks, saying this joke does not reflect the views of President Trump or the campaign. Other speakers continued the attacks. Radio host Sid Rosenberg on Hillary Clinton.
What a sick son of a...
Many targeting Harris.
Her and her pimp handlers will destroy our country.
Trump friend David Rem calling her the devil.
She is the Antichrist.
Tucker Carlson also attacking the vice president, who is Indian American and black.
The first Samoan, Malaysian, low IQ, former California prosecutor ever to be elected president.
As the speakers rallied the crowd.
It needs to be a landslide. We need to slaughter this other people.
And Trump delivered his closing message.
Everyone will prosper, every family will thrive, and every day will be filled with opportunity and hope. And very much so, it will be filled with the American dream. We're bringing back the American dream.
It's that joke about Puerto Rico that continues to draw attention and condemnation overnight, including from celebrities with ties to the island. Bad Bunny, Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin, all posting about Puerto Rico and about Vice President Harris's plan for the island, which by coincidence was released yesterday while she was in Pennsylvania. A very different message for their millions of followers than what folks heard at that rally. Savannah?
All right, Garrett Hake leading us off. Thank you.
Well, this, as I say, is just another animal. I don't know really even how to process it except through the prism of modern-day America, and obviously now in the political discourse, a lot of this stuff is far more acceptable. Let me just say one thing, though, about Tony Hinchcliffe. Tony Hinchcliffe is an insult comic. He is a politically incorrect and coarse sort of generator of material, meaning that which you'll get from him is that stuff. He doesn't do stuff that is going to be politically safe. He's not
That's
who
fine,
was
but it just wasn't funny.
right.
Like you could even hear he would throw out one of these jokes, and there would be nothing but groans, or you could just hear the crowd noise, but no applause, no laughter. It fell
Yeah.
flat even there. It was bad.
I blame Tony, says Trevor Starr in
Thanks,
Hollywood.
Tony.
It's certainly he seemed to be the low water mark. There was other stuff there, and it was a really, well attended rally. Tucker Carlson disturbs me immensely because I think he is the sort of rising political figure like J.D. Vance who could actually be relevant in the future of American politics. He speaks well. He, had a huge audience. He had a huge audience in the various forums that he's been platformed on. And so I worry about him. And he's a despicable guy with despicable, hateful core essence to him. If you go to his video, Tony, let's watch a little bit of him. And then I want to get to a little Hulk Hogan, a little Dr. Phil. That's kind of what went down. But I do have on this weird day where we're in the shadow of what I think was a rally that sort of, well, you heard it. I mean, this vituperative rhetoric that's just disgusting and toxic. But it works. I fear, a little bit for what will actually happen on Election Day. That said, I do have an extremely optimistic bit of news when it comes to Kamala Harris. That I will give you in just a couple of minutes. First, I wanted to see this bit from, this is this, what's his name? Tucker. Do you see it in the rundown? Tucker, she has it in there. Tucker at MSG.
He was very angry yesterday, Tucker.
He just seemed to really crank up the grievance machine.
He was almost so, I don't know, high energy that he was jittery.
Yeah, I think he was high.
With anger.
I absolutely do. I think he was.
Really looked like it.
It felt like a cocaine-induced, run. Go ahead, Tony. Run a little bit.
She was so shaky.
Yeah.
That takes, the bravery that takes is incredible. Donald Trump's going to win. He's going to win. I know that that's true. Why is Donald Trump going to win? The people he's about to defeat have no idea. And they're panicked. They have no idea why people like Donald Trump. And their first theory was, well, Donald Trump is evil, so half the country's evil also. And that's one of the reasons they spent the last 4 years trying to destroy the country, because they're mad at its voters for liking Donald Trump. How much easier would it have been just to pause for 20 minutes and ask yourself honestly in some silent place, why do people like Donald Trump? And if they had been honest enough to ask themselves that question, they would have come up with the two main reasons, and here's what they are. The first reason that people like Donald Trump is because he likes them. That's why.
Okay, you can stop right there, because of course that's not true. Donald Trump does not like you, okay? Donald Trump doesn't care about you. Donald Trump doesn't even care about those who pledge ultimate fealty to him. See any number of people who worked with him in his last administration. The idea that he likes you, first of all, they don't like you and he likes you. Really? He likes you enough to peddle a bunch of BS your way, and then he'll throw you away like yesterday's news. I mean, that's what he did when he was president, right? He peddled a bunch of BS about COVID to you. It's going to go away right away. I've got my best people on it. Nothing to worry about. And that costs hundreds of thousands of lives, if not more. Did you like the Hulk? Let's play the Hulk Hogan. A little bit of the performance. I think Hulk Hogan struggled to get his shirt torn. Did you see that?
Yeah, he was having a little trouble.
Yeah, he was having a little trouble. So,
People don't leave my rallies.
let's take a look. Let's take a look. For Hulk Hogan, it's performance. You get it, right? This is all performance. Go ahead.
Well, let me tell you something, Trump-a-maniacs. Welcome to the house that Hulkamania built. You know something? Usually when I'm in Madison Square Garden, I'm body slamming giants. I'm winning world heavyweight titles, and I'm cracking people over the heads with steel chairs. And the energy in Madison Square Garden is off the Richter scale. But today, Trumpomaniacs, the energy in here is something like I've never felt. The energy of all these Trumpomaniacs is the most powerful force in the universe. And today, this is Donald Trump's house, brother. You know something, Trump maniacs?
I thought he was going to get to
no stinking
Trump maniacs. I mean, just the way he's talking to you can tell it's performative. This is all theater. So it's a perfect rally for a guy like Hulk Hogan. I mean, these are not serious people, to use the phrase again. These are not serious people on the part of the GOP. They are bumper sticker generating, billboard generating, hate generating hurlers of this sort of toxic environment. Now, having said that, let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with the fun here. Like, you have to, I always say, well, what if Hulk Hogan was wearing a blue shirt and he was going over and he was doing a Kamala rally and it was just fun? I mean, wouldn't you probably give him a pass? Like, you would say, well, that was kind of fun, you know? It's the theater of the moment that I don't have a problem with, but it's the theater of the complete animal that we saw at Madison Square Garden that I do have a problem with. It's what's included here. It's the harmless stuff along with the real messaging, the otherness messaging, right? The enemy from within. I mean, the obviously the racist stuff, the anti-Latino stuff, the bigoted stuff. It's just so awful. I just can't believe it's being said out loud at Madison Square Garden. Now, there were apparently people leaving. Is this right, Kim? I saw the video.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. You're saying people left early?
Yeah, they have video. They were watching the doors, and as you can hear Trump speaking in the background, there's many people just filing out. Now, granted, this was a really long event, so there were a lot of different speakers. It lasted hours and hours. So maybe by the time you get to the main event, which is supposed to be Trump speaking, people are ready to go. I don't know.
Or maybe it was just people going to the bathroom. Do you think, Kim? Could it be?
No.
Is
They
there a
were
way we
leaving.
could know that?
No, they were leaving the venue. Yeah.
Oh, they were okay.
People don't leave my rallies.
Here's the video from the actual arena. Tony's showing it to you now. Those are people who are streaming out. There are no two ways about it. That Kim is 100% right on that, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
It looks like the main doors to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, those are
I've
the
never
main
been
doors. That's Penn Station on the outside. Yeah,
I've
so you
never
can
been to
see
Madison
Trump
Square
speaking,
Garden, so yeah.
and people are flowing out. That is wild. There it is,
There's a lot of
Madison
them.
Square Garden. They're
Like,
leaving.
it's not a few. It's a lot of people leaving.
It is.
So, yeah.
Now,
I don't know.
will those people be rounded up and put into re-education camps, Kim? Because
know.
those are people who still don't get it. I mean, even within the MAGA movement, there are people who don't realize you do not leave the Lord and Savior Donald Trump's rallies early. And so I think there could be a price to pay. That's all I'm trying to say.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if anyone noticed, but the comment of Puerto Rico, the audience went silent.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
It was one of those moments as a comedian, you're like, oh.
Yeah. Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.